morning. This isn't going to be like the other recent videos I've done. But I'm sure if anyone's really interested in depression and mental health issues, what I'm going to speak of in this video, I'm sure people will find interesting. Otherwise, what you doing watching? I can feel there's just been a change in me. And I don't know how it's going to play out, but I think I'm not going to have to subject you all to so many videos over the coming days, but we'll see. My voice is killing me. It doesn't reflect where I am on an emotional level. But nonetheless, I'll persist trying to remember and connect to my emotional state. And hopefully my voice will reflect that, or get somewhere close to it instead of how it sounds at present. You're going to have to pardon me. I'm going to be multitasking and at the same time. So I spoke the other week about haircuts. That's an energetic and sexual manipulation on a spiritual level. I just experienced another one. This one was a little bit more unpleasant. And it's reminded me of a few things. It's reminded me of how much I hate it to begin with. I told you it was my biggest gripe. It's my biggest gripe with life. And I went through hell in the exploration of understanding, trying to understand it. And like I've said a few times now, I cleaned to myself there. I accepted responsibility there, and however unpleasant an experience it is, wrong I deem it, I took responsibility to such an extent that it really did antagonize me. And nonetheless, I kept going. I kept taking responsibility. It's not somewhere that's appropriate to get pissed off at. My mental health kept wanting to try and understand it, why it was happening. Was it what I was eating, how I was living, how I was breathing? And ultimately, again, I see it as an external consciousness to myself. that's doing the haircuts. So it really does get me thinking, what does it want from me? Because I can't rest in the fact that it just wants to antagonize me. Because as I said, I cleaned myself there and I wasn't reacting to it. I'd connect to how it would feel on an emotional level that a 34-year-old man has someone external previous energy practitioner, someone who values energy greatly, someone who, when they do exercise, it's energy exercises. I understand how serious a situation it is. And I connect to that on an emotional level. I just get on my day. And as much as it was depressing, as much as it was the very source of my depression, I wouldn't be depressed. I'd just connect to it on an emotional level and get on with my day. But now it's happened. Now it's happened after the past 8 months, 8 to 10 months. And I don't know if you can all believe this with the videos that you've seen, but I've been impeccable for the last 10 months. I know that within myself. Anything that you can see in me as a character and as an ego, is but external influence. Upon me. So I'm looking at that haircut and there is absolutely no reason for it. The last place I got to with haircuts was depression. If I was unreasonably depressed, it would justify it. This is what my eyes saw towards life, in that others, select few, could justify giving me a haircut because I was unreasonably depressed. So there's one of two possibilities that have come to mind with this haircut. And I don't know how the video is going to go. One is either publishing and has seen me talk about depression and behave depressed and has deemed it unreasonable. And in doing that, they decided to give me a haircut. Now, I just want to come back to something I said a minute ago about I've been impeccable, and this haircut has come after 10 solid months of being put upon by life. And me persisting and trying, having nothing in way of enjoyment. The only thing that has come close to any sense of enjoyable activity is me putting down on computer some spiritual ideas I have. Because I'm pretty sure that once I share those spiritual ideas, there's something to be had for the rest of humanity. And I don't know where it is that, what's so enjoyable about it. Enjoyable. There's good intentions there, and that's what I was doing last night before the haircut. Now, before I get into who done it, I want to talk about the reminder that it gave me. Because I used to get depressed when I'd have the haircut. And I'd carry that depression through my days after. But I think as I said, I was able to connect to the emotion of the situation. It's not right. Even if it's a test, even if it's a lesson, on what level is it right to rape someone on an energetic level, interacting with their sexual centre? It's got to be a pretty fucked up world and situation. Modify that as a spiritual intervention. What happens is when your energy gets taken and when you get raped, you become weak. You become weak to life. You can't stand up in the same way. And all that pain, all that emotion you held towards the world kind of gets taken. I forget what I was saying, but coming back to, I used to hold the depression for days. And once I started to clear away and I began to be honest with myself that it's a fucked up situation, but life was demanding that I no longer be depressed. I was able to remember what I used to see in that it's just like I know. I don't even need to remember. I know within my body how fucked up a situation it is. I know within my mind I can't be depressed about it. And what that does, what that did, where I used to rest, given the situation of what I've just expressed, was in the closest thing I can call it an energetic state. It's like I can't be depressed about it, and connecting to the emotion, it was like I connected to emotion through energy. So if you're going to be depressed without being depressed, you feel the emotion. And I felt it energetically. So it's happened today, and this didn't occur but I'm able to remember that energetic interaction between me and the source of my depression, because that's where it is on an emotional level. It's pure depression. I can't deal with life having someone else rape me. So if I'm not going to experience the emotion, all I can do is really hold to the energy. So I've woken up today, and in some ways it's a little bit easier because of that remembering. I've kind of let go. My body was really getting to me through my mental health and energy. And the attitude is, fuck it. What am I doing? I don't fight. When I had to clean, how can I really have any humanness in me when I'm so depressed about the situation, but I can't be depressed? And all the fight gets sucked out of me. So for the past 10 months I've been beaten very much non-stop by life. And I let it go. Is it a good thing? Is it a good practice? I think the outside world needs a bit of a clean-up. Spirituality is having to do some dark things to balance it out. The outside world needs a bit of a clean-up. I'll let you decide if it's right or wrong, given that I've woken up and managed to let go. All I can say is, unless I'm immortal, It's really fucked my head with regards to love and sex. But hey, I might be immortal, and it might be okay. That's my viewpoint on it. Got to get on with my day now. Expressed something.